What up? I hope the volume is low enough. What's up? It's been a while. It's been a minute. A hot solid minute. Let me bring this a little closer. Bring the mic a little closer. Volume, I don't know how it is. How you guys doing? Sup, Coffee King? Great to hear that. Give me a second. Let me turn off feedback here. Monitor off. Perfect. The music is still too loud for me. I want to be able to at least slightly hear myself. There we go. Alright, hope the music is not too loud. Smart Coder, how's it going? Haven't streamed in a while, so not a lot of people here. That's fine, that means I can focus on my work, honestly. What's up, people on YouTube? How you guys doing? Busy with work, no stream. Conferences. So I started traveling on May 30, and I came back home finally, like permanently, yesterday. It was a day before, no, yesterday, literally. I did come home for like 3 or 4 days in between, but yeah, a lot of travel. I went to render ATL, then after Atlanta, spent about a week in Dallas, Texas. Then I went to New York for QCon. Then I came back here home for like 4 days. Then I went to Kansas City for KCDC. Stayed a night at St. Louis, and then came back finally yesterday. So it's been a super fucking crazy journey, of course. Very interesting. Let's make this tomorrow. Can do tomorrow. Alright, so we're building a conference attendee app. Something that would be used by a conference. Let me move this here. Let me just expand this. And let me not burn everyone's eyes. Did you sponsor yourself for the travel? That sounds expensive. That is expensive, yes. And I'm probably going to be paralyzed for a few days, for a few months, because of how much money I've spent. The Render ATL trip was sponsored by Clerk. Even though Clerk was not sponsoring the conference, they still paid a couple of us to go to Clerk. But Dallas and then New York and then KC, that was all me, out of my pocket. But like, that's the only thing I'm spending money on. Like, I just live in my tiny apartment. I don't really go out much, so I basically don't have any other really big expenses, so that helps. All right. And I haven't started repaying my student loan just yet, so that also helps. Let's start with features, or let's actually start with an intro, or like basic stuff. What do we want to build? So I want an app for LinkedIn. Oh, I don't have that. Let me quickly add that Deagle TG. Let me actually first give you the link. And now GitHub as well. Okay. I mean, there's nothing interesting to look at on my GitHub, honestly. But now that you guys bring it up, let me do this quickly. Oh, that's FossaBot's Twitch, not FossaBot. Login with Twitch. That's what I needed. Authorize. I need LinkedIn alias li. Does that help? Li. Follow me on LinkedIn. I was thinking of putting like a funny message, but can't think of anything right now. You did a bachelor's abroad? Yes, I am in University of Cincinnati, or I was. I graduated in April, but I'm still living here in Cincinnati, which is why I'm live at 8 p.m. I think that's it. Save. So try it out. There we go. Follow me on LinkedIn. Let's do GitHub as well, since people are interested, I guess. GitHub. Check out some of my work on GitHub. And we can make this, oops, GH. And add the URL. Save. And now that should be up as well. GitHub. There we go. Cool. And by the way, socials would have been easier. I just link my I have to redo my website a lot, but I want to basically turn this into my link tree. Like, this is a very old design, and what is that? What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. The image got shifted down. I need to fix that. But yeah, I want to basically make this into my kind of link tree. So that's something that I don't know when I'll get to. At some point, I'm sure. I also need to redo it in Astro. Gatsby is kind of an overkill for a personal website and a blog. Who would have thought? Alright, conference attendee app. So we want this for a conference, let's say Momentum will maintain slash or let's just say provide this to their attendees. Attendees can view and manage schedule on the app, provide feedback for the sessions, and anything else. You had this idea? Well, did you build this? Did you move any further than the idea? After using Renders app? Oh yeah, Renders app was one of... So let's actually inspiration here. Render app, QCon app, and Sessionize app. So I think I will also... I don't know if I can do it on stream. I think I even... Oh, I cannot do it on stream because I'm using my phone as a webcam. So obviously I cannot look at those apps. Oh, wait. Do you guys know what I have? Do you guys know what I have? How do I start this? I have something that could be very useful here. How do I open this up? Oh, and this also, this only supports Amazon App Store, not Google Play Store. That would be an issue. But side loading is included, so... But if there's side loading, I need to get an APK somehow, which I cannot do for those apps. Never mind. So I'll just do it off stream then. I'll kind of like properly go through all of these 3 apps. Well, Sessionize is a web app, so we can do it here. The other 2 are mobile apps. But yeah, basically trying to pull some inspiration features from them while trying to make it a nice experience. Alright, features. Right now we're only focusing on attendees. The organizer front, don't care too much about that right now. Maybe at some point we'll end up sassifying it. Alright. See the entire schedule, or view the entire schedule of the conference. We want them to star certain sessions, or add to personal schedule, add sessions to personal schedule, basically add and remove. So managing a personal schedule, view personal schedule. Thanks for the follow, Opti21. How's it going? Thanks for showing up. It's great to have some people here. I'm streaming after a long while, so I don't nearly not enough viewers as I used to have. Hopefully that'll build back up as I start doing this more and more. But that's good. That means I can kind of focus on my work right now with this chill music. Honestly, I kind of want to skip this one. This is a nice one. I don't know how Twitch's music system works. I need to figure that out because there's a way to like have music on a separate channel that doesn't get into the WOD and doesn't go on YouTube. So I can play whatever music I want there without worrying about copyright. I need to figure out how that works. So the WOD audio channel, correct. Or more like the non-WOD audio channel. I don't know if that's a feature built into OBS or do I have to use something separate for that? Not sure yet. Haven't had the chance to set that up yet. Alright, entire schedule of the conference, add remove sessions, personal schedule. Oh, it is a setting in the OBS? Can I enable it now? Where do I find this magic, sire? Audio. Hotkeys. Meters. Oh, auxiliary audio? Huh. No, that's audio devices. Output. Nothing in there. Stream? No. I should turn off my notifications. That's a good idea. Let's just do this. OBS WOD audio channel, something like that. I just noticed the little tribal drums in the background in this track. It's pretty nice. Without that, the song would feel very plain. The YouTube videos are the best shot. Oh, these. Alright. I guess we're reacting to a YouTube video. How to enable Twitch WOD track.
In this quick tip tutorial, I will show you how to enable the Twitch VOD track feature in OBS version 28.
Okay, looking forward.
We have a brand new installation of OBS version 28 in front of us, and in case you're unfamiliar with what the Twitch VOD track is, check out the links in the video description down below, as we did videos about that feature in the past. In version 28, all we need to do to enable this feature is go to Settings. In Settings, we go to
what?
to Output.
Are you serious?
Output, which
My PC really cannot handle streaming and playing a video at the same time.
Custom encoder settings.
Damn.
Once we did that, we see a new option.
Oh, streaming custom encoder settings.
Which is Twitch VOD track uses track 2.
Okay.
When we enable that, we apply the settings, close the...
Again. Alright, let me just bump it down to 720. I don't need to see all the fine details. Come on, play. Come on, play it. Yeah, this only really happens when I'm streaming, so it's definitely my PC not being able to handle all of this.
In this quick tutorial, I will show you how to enable the Twitch VOD track feature in OBS version 28. We have a brand new installation of OBS version 28 in front of us, and in case you're
causing some
unfamiliar with
problems
what
on
the
my
Twitch VOD track is, check out the link in
browser.
the description down below, as we did videos about that feature in the past.
Keeps
in version
running
28, all we need to do
into
to enable this
probably a
feature is
memory
go to
leak
settings.
or something.
In settings, we go to output, and under output, we choose enable custom encoder settings. Once we did that, we see a new option, which is Twitch VOD track uses track 2. When we enable that, we apply the settings, close the window, and
yeah,
now
but
the
I
Twitch
don't
VOD track
see
is
that.
enabled
So
and
this
sends
was
all
the
audio from track number
old.
2 to the Twitch VOD track. As a quick reminder, if we go to the advanced audio settings, in here we can see which audio sources are going to which tracks. As a reminder, track number 1 is the Twitch livestream track. Everything going to track number 1 will be audible during the livestream, and everything on track number 2 will be audible in the Twitch VOD. If we want to mute the music in our VOD, but we want to have the music audible during the livestream, we need to make sure that our music input is
That is too low.
going to track number 1 for the live stream, but not track number 2 for the Twitch VOD. This setup requires you to split your audio into 2. You need a separate channel for your music, and you need a separate channel for your computer sounds. A tutorial on how to do that is linked in the video description down below. I hope this quick tutorial helped you finding...
How old is this? 8 months ago? And he found it in output, not in stream. Okay. Output streaming, custom encoder. I don't see the Twitch option
enable
in
custom
here.
encoder settings. Once we
I have this. Give me a second. Let me.
we see a new option, which is Twitch VOD track.
I don't see the Twitch VOD track option specifically. Which OBS? This is 2812. This one. And I have Twitch here with the multiple output plugin. So I went to settings and output custom. Might have to use like a different an extension of some sort.
Uses 28. All we need to do to enable this feature is
He said a version, I think.
In version 20.
Because YouTube is default. Okay, I need to switch those around.
All we need to do to enable this feature is
Got
go
it.
to settings. In settings, we go to output, and under output, we choose enable custom encoder settings.
Got it. Okay. So I'll do that at some other point then. Right now, we just can enjoy this. Thank you very much, Opti. I'll try to get that sorted for the next one for sure, because I do want to be able to listen to some songs and not just like scrap for copyright free music. Provide feedback for a session after attending it. So the specifics of this will be something that will need to be worked on. After attending it means they added it to personal schedule and the session is over, or like date now is more than session end. Now this one is kind of a shaky one. Like maybe they didn't add it to their personal schedule, but they still went to it. So this is more like we'll probably give them a reminder. Remind them that, hey, you attended this, do you want to give feedback on this? But we'll still let them give feedback on any session. But we might want to limit to feedback to 1 session per time slot. So there's something I guess we'll keep that as optional for now. What else do we kind of need? Oh, and integrates with Sessionize. Cool. Let's try to start building this much. Why not? Let me move this here. I don't need this. I need a new window. Oh. Let's first create okay, so we wanna so there's going to be a Next.js app, of course, because why not? I wanna use the new app router because why not? So npm or npx create next app latest. Yes, please. What is my project name? Conf attendee, because I am too non-creative to come up with a good name. Yes, yes, yes. App router, yes. Default import alias, no thanks. Wait for it to finish because there's nothing else to do. But it's unstable. Then I will not use actions. Boom. Code. What did I create? Conf attendee. There we go. Can close that out. Let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna move you here. Bring up that. Bring up that. Naive coder on YouTube chat. How's it going? Let's close. Looks like WSL is taking a bit to open up, to fire up. Come on, WSL. Oh, let me just reload window. There we go. All right, npm run dev. Already run npm install for me. That's awesome. And here's the application. What does it look like? Okay, cool. So the first thing I want, let's skip all the auth stuff for now. We just want to be able to see the schedule here. We should not require authentication to be able to use this app, really. Get started. Okay, so are we in dark mode? Is this using dark mode? I think it might be. So if I go here, it'll probably tell me. Are there any dark? There are. Okay. Oops. Okay. So you can get rid of most of this, but for now, let's try to pull in the session data. Events. What do I want to go here. Okay. So this is where this is Sessionize. This is a test event that we created just before the stream. We have 10 sessions and 10 unique speakers, which have not been declined or accepted yet. And there's an API, attendee app. What's the get code? Oh, this is the URLs. It says get code, but what it's actually giving you is a URL, which is very funny. So we want a schedule grid, which is empty because we don't have any sessions right now. So let's go ahead and approve some. There's a bunch of test sessions. Nominated. Let's just do accepted. Accepted. What's up, Dex? Why did my assistant get triggered? Is this personal project or is it a real project? I'm not starting my own conference. This is for a conference that I already organize. Starting my own conference, that's just crazy talk. I'm never gonna do that. I might do a virtual conference though. So I'm definitely going to do virtual conferences. Which one? This one. Didn't I talk to you? I asked you about it, right? I sent you a DM about it saying that CFPs are open if you want to submit. If I remember correctly. Okay, so we just accepted a bunch. So if I go to schedule now, I think I can build it. Yeah. So let's say we have this. How long are it? 60 minutes? Okay. So let's distribute something like this. And what? Oh, this is very fine-grained. Interesting. For now, I am staying in Ohio. I don't have a lot of reason to move. 8. Oh, this went to 8:50. Okay. Well, there are 60-minute sessions, so we should allow like 15 minutes of break. So 8 to 9, 9:15 to 10:15, then 10:30, 11:30, and then 11:30, 11, 12, 11:45. There we go. Are you not looking for FANG jobs? No, hell no. I was interviewing with Apple, and I after like their entire round of interview, they're probably really interested in hiring me because like I could really tell that they want to hire me. They even wanted to do a special interview after that just to see my Python skills, even though they said that there's no other round of interviews. I'm not too cool for Apple. It's just not a culture fit. Like if I was working for Apple, I wouldn't be streaming right now. I wouldn't be going to so many conferences. I would be paying an absurd amount of rent to live in fucking San Jose. I rejected Apple. If I prepared a little bit, learned some Python and Django, and showed up to the last round of interview, I'm 99% sure they would have sent me an offer. They didn't. I did not get a written offer. And yes, I also rejected SST because of the file path stuff. I just made a tweet about, not just, but Ryan Florence made a tweet about that, hey, Remix is not tied into file system routing. You can also do configuration-based routing. And he provided he put a link to his documentation. And I said that, no, this is not the same because you're using file path instead of the traditional, like you import a component and you have like a routes component where in JSX you're defining the routes. The Remix system is totally different. It's like, like along with a route, you have to give it the path of the file from where you're exporting a default component that will be used as the page. And I don't like that pattern at all. And that's the same reason why I look through SSD docs, I look through examples and documentation, and I'm like, I don't like file paths. I'm sure they're great, but like just me personally for some projects that I'm working on. But that doesn't mean I'll never use SSD. I'll definitely use it. I just won't very much enjoy it. Okay, we have our schedule. So if we go to API, attendee app, I see what you did there. Yeah, I mean, we have to do the accept trade-off for keeping infra separate. I mean, it's similar for them. They want separate bundling entry points, right? I mean, if you directly import the components, you will have to, at compile time, somehow separate it out like Blink does, and then bundle them separately. But maybe they didn't want to. never gave out an offer letter. Do you really call it an offer rejection? No, I didn't say I rejected the offer. I withdrew my application, which was going very well, because I realized that I don't want to work at Apple. If I wanted to, I could have, but I didn't want to. They sent me an email in September last year. I just didn't see that email. I ghosted them for 5 months. And for 5 months, they couldn't find anyone else, and they came back to me. They sent me an email in February again. So, hey, are you still looking for a job? Do you want another interview? Or do you want an interview with us? After 5 months of nothing. Let's see if we have any grid in here. We still don't? What? Alright, session list. We don't have groups, so sessions. Aid in session, start site and site, we don't know. What? I thought I put them in the schedule. I need to do more to get recruiters after me so I can auto reject them. Yeah. It's very fun being able to reject recruiters. It's not a power I'd ever thought I have. All the start at, end at are null. Recruiters stop reaching out to you? Yeah. That makes sense. Wolfen WZRD, thank you for the follow. How's it going? Okay, so somehow the schedule didn't end up happening. Was there a save button that oh, save changes. There we go. That's what I was missing. I think. Oh, there's an announced schedule. Nice. Add service session. Oh, lunch and coffee. Let's actually add a breakfast. Where did it go? Oh, right here. I'll have to move everything else down. How do I do that? Let's just move this down here. 11:45 to 12:45 and then 1. And this also goes to 1. I don't actually care about the order. Pleasure meeting you in Atlanta. Pleasure meeting you too, if I remembered by your Twitch name who you are. I'm sorry. Let's move this here and make this hallway. Oh, what? Oh, here. Hallway. Okay, looks like Dax also met you in Atlanta. How's it going? Nice to see old friends. And the music just stopped. Should we change the music? Where is my folder with 3 MP3 files that I can play on stream? Oh, it's only 2. Okay, we can do some blues. 60 minutes for lunch sounds a little for breakfast sounds a little excessive.
Can you say it again?
Okay, looks like Looks like I'm triggering my smart assistant randomly, so I don't care enough about it right now. I'll disable it at some point. Music? Come on, music. There we go. 40 minutes fine for breakfast. What does the rail schedule look like? We don't have a schedule yet. Denzel. Oh, hey. A lot of peeps at Render, made a lot of friends and connects. That's awesome. Nice to have you here. I wish I remembered more, but I just have a terrible memory. I'm sorry. I'm sure Jeff remembers you. At some point, you're going to figure out that Dax is trolling. I'm just waiting for that. Let's just look at Render ATL. Schedule. Or maybe you already have figured out that Dax is trolling. May 31st. Oh, they didn't do breakfast, did they? Yeah, they didn't have any breaks. Let's look at KCDC then. Agenda. So KCDC had some of the best interview videos. Oh, 100%. If there's one thing that I'm jealous about in regards to Dax, it's that interview content. What the hell? Did they like dump their schedule? And your facial hair? Nah. The facial hair came with a trade-off of an empty brain. So both from the top and the inside. So I'm fine with that. That's not a trade-off I'm willing to make. Looks like that's not gonna work. So can I do... Oh wait, there we go. No. Okay, something really wrong with their thing here. I think it's KCDC 2023 something. I guess I'll just open my email and figure out. KCDC. I'm looking for KCDC staff. Did you link? You did not link. Oh, there we go. It just took forever to load. That was the world's longest cold start ever. And their website is not really well designed. So registration is 60 minutes. Let me just do Thursday. Here, Friday. There we go. Breakfast at 7:30 is 60 minutes. Okay. So 60 minutes is fine. We'll do 8 to 9. And start sessions at 9:15. Well, then why not just extend the breakfast all the way to 7:30, 8:30. I am building a new app. 8:15. Let's do that. Okay. So save changes. I'll add lunch later. Let's just first see if we have this schedule. Oh, do I have to turn on the schedule? I don't see it on Next.js. Right here. Nextjs running on localhost 3000. Right here. API, attendee app. Come on. Show me the schedule. Still nothing? Oh, so I have to announce it, don't I? Clear cache? Oh, is it cached? It's not. I mean, it might have been, but that didn't help. So let's go back to the schedule. Maybe we do need to announce it. Announce. Let's turn it on. There we go. Is visible. Calendar appointment. Nah. Alright, clear cache. Let's get scheduled. There we go. Okay, so I had to announce it. I would just use this app. It's not... Which app though? Like, this is not the attendee app. The attendee app does exist. It's decent. It's not great. It doesn't allow for feedback. Like renders. I don't know if render had feedback. Did render's mobile app had... Like, you could submit feedback for a session? I don't remember if it did. Because I didn't go to any of the talks. But QCon did. Sessionize does not have that. I don't know if render has it. I don't think it did. Okay, so we'll have something on them. That's good. I don't even know if they did any sort of feedback other than speaker feedback. I mean, they must have done speaker feedback. Oh, yeah, for now, just the attendee app. It'll just plug into, which is why I'm looking at Sessionize's API. Because it's going to plug into Sessionize. Every fucking conference uses Sessionize. Sessionize is like the how do I say it? I don't know. It's like the go-to app if you're doing a conference. thought you were making Sessionize. No, I'm not making Sessionize. I'm making a part of Sessionize, which is their attendee app. I kind of did the same thing with DevPost for hackathons. So let's make not an app. Let's go to src, make a Sessionize folder in here, index.ts, and export async function get schedule, and we're going to that, but this is going to be that. So I guess it used to be grid table at some point. Let's see what this looks like. Let's copy this whole thing. I guess I don't need to copy the whole thing, right? I should, because why not? So this looks like that. Const data equals, so that it's fine. All right, so there's a rooms array time, and there's time slots. Interesting. So they give us both formats. They sorted by rooms. So room 1 has these sessions. Has only plenum sessions. I don't care. Okay. And it sorts by time slots. So top time slot. That's nice. Yeah. That's pretty good. Oh, so it's time slot, and then inside it's room and then session, instead of just giving a session and the room ID. It gives the whole room object. Very interesting. So let's make a some sort of a type interface for this. Type. Let's see how much Copilot can deduct. Let's first payload or grid. I did not spell grid correctly. This is date is default. Whoop, is default boolean, and then rooms is an array of room, and then time slots is an array of time slot. All right, what does room look like? Type room. You know what I should do? Open to this side, split left. Let's move it all the way here, and then we can do this. All right, room has an ID. That's a number. It has a name string, sessions, and I don't care about the last value, so I won't add it in. Time slots just has type time slot. Oops. This has slot starts, that is a string, and rooms, that is room, which means now all we need is the room, which also has the session. ID name sessions. Oh, I have the room. I just need the session. Okay. So type session has an ID of string, not an ID of number. No idea why. Starts at, ends at, is service session, is plenum session, I don't care. Speakers, speaker, categories, room ID. I guess room ID I don't really need. Live URL status accepted. Let's do status. Might want to do some other stuff with that. That's it. Categories, we'll get rid of it. We don't have categories yet. Speaker is just ID and name. No other information about the speakers on this page. Cool. So now if I do data is an array of grids, it should satisfy, which it does not. Oh, because there are additional properties which we said we don't care about, but that's the only issues. Let's just get rid of these because so that we can verify everything works. So we don't care about the categories, we don't care about room ID, don't care about room, don't care about live URL, don't care about that. Don't care about these. What else? Description null. Sessions have descriptions. Apparently not. Oh, there's a breakfast. Okay. What's your problem? Session did not exist in room. Did you write sessions? Oh, because a room can have one session or multiple sessions. Interesting. Interesting. So let's do or sessions. Actually, I want and, not or. And I want an or here. And session. There we go. Now this works. Sessions have a status. Oh, cannot be null. So I guess we can allow null status. What's your problem? Hallway has sessions. It doesn't. Description is declared here. Oh, I removed the description, didn't I? Description. Let's add that back in. Index. Don't care. And there should be only index 0. I don't care about index. And what's your problem? Oh, description. Thank you. And index. How do you talk to each object as a person? What's your problem? Oh, thanks. I like personifying everything. Let's make a maybe Zod schema out of this, so we can validate. Yeah, that would definitely help. Let's npmi Zod in here. I probably want Zact in here at some point, but for now, const grid schema equals z. Thank you. That object date is default room subject. I'll just have to press do this a bunch of times. Or let's actually, because session is used twice or room is used twice. Let's create them separately. Const session schema string title description starts and server session speakers object and ID and name, and then status nullable string room schema ID name sessions. Copilot is the absolute best. Dot optional and session optional. Time slot schema. Let's do this and this. What else? Can we just do the grid schema now? Const grid schema date is default rooms time slots and done. All right. Which means now we can probably even get rid of these and infer these from here, but I specifically want this, which doesn't actually help. Anyways, I guess this helps in the way that does it? It probably doesn't help. Yeah, so we can just like get rid of this at this point. And just say, let's move this down here so Copilot knows what to do. There we go. Return grid. Let's console log grid. Cool. which means now we can do get schedule in our page. Const schedule equals, give me a second. Do you guys hear that? The car alarm and the mic? Or am I the only one hearing that? Also, it's getting dark in here. I just noticed my OBS was down. Yeah, can't really do much about that. Sorry about that. Not my bad. I can't do anything. Get schedule, import, await. Oh, this is an async function. Schedule, perfect. And let's I don't know, send the schedule down. We can, first of all, let's make this smaller. And let's like get rid of everything. I'll just, yeah, do that. And do a pre. I guess I don't need to specify font mono here, but whatever. Invalid type, expected object, received array. Where? You're not going to tell me which one? You're not. Okay. I guess I'll have to find that out myself. Oh, wait. The whole thing, you mean, the path. Okay. Do I have a console log? I do not. Move the console log up here and see what data looks like. There we go. It's an array, yeah. So which grid is actually an array? Z.array and of this. Now it should probably work. No? Still no? Okay. 2 rooms is expected string receive null. Oh, description can be a null. Thought I made it. I did not. Dot nullable. Okay, there we go. And that's very big. Okay. That's big. Oh, because I have text to Excel on. But still zoom issues because of these, I assume. There we go. Let's just bring it back to add like padding 10 or something. Nice. It worked. Can you tweet crap router? I cannot. I've already gotten into enough trouble trying to do stuff on Twitter because you tempted me or somehow influenced me to do it. I am not going to take Twitter advice from you. You remember that the tweet I made about the AWS when the Lambda outage happened? And then your comment on that, and then the tweet I made after that, that blew up. You don't remember? Yeah, you said make a better tweet, and then I did, and then I got into trouble for it. I even had to delete it. Now I didn't have to delete it because Clerk asked me to. Clerk was fine with it. So it was a photo of a Vercel booth at the conference, and it was 2 empty chairs because the conference had ended and they went home or hotel, whatever. Exactly, I know, right? It was funny. But also problematic. I know it was. But also problematic. It was actually the conference. I don't like, obviously they wouldn't have done it if I was just an attendee, but because I was also a volunteer at the conference. So apparently, like, they didn't tell me this beforehand, but apparently, like, my social media activity is somehow now also related to the conference itself because I'm a volunteer. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess the tweet got big enough. I should have probably just sent you that image and asked you to make that tweet. I'll do that next time. I have to be real careful on Twitter now. Okay, can I get rid of font mono, please? I don't need that, right? Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, so this works. Now we need to show this in a good schedule. Use me for problematic tweets. Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, you work with AWS. Nothing's ever getting connected to you. Like, no one at AWS going to see shit you're tweeting. How do we want this to look? Do we just want a single column? This has to be optimized for mobile, so we definitely want just a single column. But then showing tracks is AWS monitors your Twitter and post in their internal Slack. What? That annoys them. There's no way. There's no way. Actually? Holy shit. I'll have to see that. I'm not, that's way too hard to believe. I'm sorry. Tweets always end up in their internal Slack. Okay. I mean, they probably have some sort of like, you know, the Theo's Discord has a channel called Anti-Theo Posting, which is like just for comments and tweets that are something like that's directly opposing or saying something negative, or like just providing a bad take on some of Theo's content, and it gets posted in that channel, and everyone makes fun of it. So maybe it's just that situation. It's actually a really fun channel. Let me pull it up. Let's see what's happening there. I see them so quick. Yeah. What? No idea what happened there. Where is this? Here. I think Theo should go to the gym. The chances that he's a serial killer and or a rapist is not zero. What? Oh, Walmart Dammer. I don't know who that is. Oh, I guess he's Theo speaking at React Summit, I guess. Okay. Oh, this happened during the Arc browser change stuff. I don't know what it's called. This used to be more fun channel. Now it's a little more inactive, it seems like. Anti-Theo stuff and see if it gets there. Yeah, I'll let you know if it gets there. But yeah, it used to be fun, and I'm especially happy that this channel exists because it was my idea to make this channel. It was like one of the first things that I did when entering this server. I was like, oh, this is a controversial hot take aggressive dude on Twitter and on YouTube. You should definitely have a hate thread channel. And he's like, yeah, I fucking love this idea. Let's do it. Okay. So this is the worst part now, which is the design. I hate designing. So let's say momentum schedule, font bold, too much. Now we'll need some sort of a grid. Actually, let's see what Shadcn UI is up to. Cards. Do they have some sort of a calendar, schedule, table? Not that kind of table. Is new CLI update? No, not yet. I've actually never used Shadcn UI. I've just heard about it. I've seen this documentation page like maybe once. But yeah, that's... And I see like random tweets of people saying, hey, I love Shadcn UI, it's so awesome. Other than that, I don't actually know much. You can customize them using AI. I mean, it's like literal code that you copy and paste. I mean, you can customize them using whatever you want. But what is there like a specific AI built-in like thing that it's built in to Shadcn? Let's show you the demo. Okay, that's interesting. Why is this New York? What's so special about that? What? I don't see a demo. A wrong tweet, yeah. Cool. Oh. I see the stars. I don't want to full screen this because it's an ultra wide. Huh. Interesting. So is this something that's implemented in here? I don't see the customize button. Integrate the AI into docs, yeah. It probably doesn't have it yet. Anyways, let's momentum schedule. What are we trying to build? It's something like a table, honestly, not a data table. What does these tables look like? Not bad. Seems money. Yes, very money. Lots of people are doing interesting stuff with AI. I think I'll have to at some point just inevitably accept that I will too. I mean, I already like, it's kind of on the, I wouldn't say roadmap, but like on the backlog for a couple things that I'm building, but I'm not looking forward to this, to AI. How's my job going? It's going pretty good. I was basically on a vacation for 2 weeks separately. Actually, not separately. Yeah, basically 2 weeks constantly for New York and then for KC. So spent a lot of time off. I think I need to now actually start getting back to work. Make some content. npx Shadcn UI add table. You've already tried. Yes, please. Okay, do it. Configuration is missing. Please run init. So I need to run init. Oh, now there's a components.json file. Interesting. I'll just use the default base color. I'll probably end up changing it. Sure. CSS variables for color. Sure. Tailwind config. And components. Libutils. Okay. Yes, I am using server components. Right configuration to. Okay. Yeah, this is basically my first time using Shadcn UI. Interesting. Now I should be able to do this. Ready to install components and dependencies. Done. That was quick. So I have table here. Nice. Why is there component/UI? Are there different variety of components that you can put in? What's in my libs? Tailwind merge. Okay. I should probably turn on the lights soon at some point. Shady CN equals China. It's a trap. That's kind of what I thought, honestly, at some point. I'll be right back. I need to turn on this light. And I need to order some food, honestly. I just thought it was Shadcn. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Should have probably just named it EdgeCN to make it even more confusing. I'm gonna switch to this because I want to order some food, and I'm gonna go to Uber Eats because I have some promotions there, I think. Let's see. McDonald's, Chipotle, Taco Bell, Wendy's. Why is that the top selection? I guess that's the in a rush category. I'm not really in a rush. And of course there's a memory leak in here again. I don't know what extension this is. At some point, like, I'll just disable all the extensions and then like enable them one by one to see what's causing what was causing the memory leak. I'm gonna actually do that now. I'll just do this off here. Oh wait, no, I'm not sharing my screen, so I don't need to hide anything. Let's just disable everything for now. And I'll just enable them if I need them at some point for anything. Shuffle, Vimium, Vaporizer, and I don't need these. All right, refresh. What do we got? Popeyes, Wingstop, Buffalo, pizza. Nah, I had pizza. What should I order? Let's get some Chinese. It's been a while. PF Chunks. Wait, I should have free delivery. What? Do I not have free delivery? I really should. Oh, I'm not logged in. My bad. That's a great guitar solo. It's amazing. God damn. Okay, now I got some good options. Oh, never mind. It's still filtered Chinese. Okay, that's fine. China food, blah blah. PF Chunks. Sounds good. Let's do PF Chunks. Or PF Chanks. Is it Chang or is it Chang? Anyone who knows Chinese better than I do in the chat, please throw in your expert opinion, if it's Chang or Chang, while I look for what promotions I have available. Looks like I have 40% off until June 30. Oh, I should use it quick. 40% off. Pretty sure it's the latter, Chang's. Okay, good to know. If that turns out to be offensive to anyone, I'll just point everyone to you. Like, hey, this is the person who told me that Chang's is the correct way to say it. Okay. Okay, cool. Good to know. You're okay with that. Where did Chinese go? Okay. So I have the 40% off, which means it's a feast. PF Chang's it is, or PF Chang's, I'm sorry. Can I? No, I'm not gonna risk it. I was thinking if I can hide my address, can I just pull this up on stream and look through the options and make everyone else hungry as well? But I'm not gonna do that. That sounds too rude. I wouldn't risk it, yeah. And Trash has done that before. Also, I've leaked my AWS access keys, so honestly, I'm more scared of leaking my AWS access keys than my physical address at this point. Actually, never mind. I can revoke my access keys. I take that back. That was way too much of a zoomer answer. I'm realizing. Wouldn't be a real streamer if you didn't. Of course. Wouldn't be a real tech streamer without leaking secret keys. Why is Clone looking suspiciously at you? Oh, it's because I left him for like a whole month alone in the home with no one entertaining him. Good morning, by the way. I'm looking at what I should order to eat. There's a bunch of wok-fired bowls. And they have a lot of stuff. Why do people have so much stuff, so many options? It's just analysis paralysis. Imagine a restaurant with just three options. It would be so much easier and faster to order from there. Entrees, and these were bowls. Noodles and rice, okay. Good morning. There's a dessert, okay. So I guess I'm going for a bowl. Or should I just get some like... I don't know, why is it so hard? So a bowl is a combination of just white rice with something on top. But you can also buy entrees separately and buy fried rice separately. Makes sense. Okay. So let's pick something here. Yeah, 40% off and want to make advantage of that. I'll get the chicken or something else. Pepper steak, okay. Wow, Wagyu steak. That's expensive. Definitely not getting it delivered. You don't know what you want in this case. In this case, eliminate what you don't want and then try. It's Chinese. There is nothing that I don't want. I could buy off this entire fucking menu if I had the money for it. Chang's spicy chicken sounds fun. But also chicken kind of gets weird when it gets cold. Not worth eating, so I'll just get beef instead. Beef with broccoli. Mongolian beef. I guess those are the only two options. So we'll go with Mongolian. Also, I guess I've had Mongolian beef once. And it's pretty expensive. Alright, Chang's Spicy Chicken it is. What's the DroidCam URL in the top right? That's the app. DroidCam is the app that I'm using to stream from my iPhone. This here is my iPhone. And I'm streaming from Windows, so I cannot use the continuity camera. Not that I could use it anyways, because my laptop just doesn't allow that for some reason. Fried rice or lo mein noodles? Let's go with fried rice. Add it. And I ran out of my 4 liters of Mountain Dew, so I should get some beverage with this. Beverages. Soft drinks, peach boba breeze. Interesting. Iced tea, coconut cooler. Sounds fun. I'll go with the peach boba breeze. Let's see what that is. Black tea, popping boba pearls, peach, and lemon juice. That sounds fun. I'm saving with Uber One. Thank you very much for letting me know. Let's go to checkout. Standard. Whoops. There we go. Where are my, oh, that's my promotion. $13.8 from promotion. Yay. So my $34 order is now $23 order. Amazing. I love when companies just give you free money. You seem far away from this address. No, I'm not. I live right here. What the fuck? Alright, no. We're done. So now we can do this again. Yay. Alright, where were we? We were making a table for our application. What was the usage again? Code. Import all of this. And that's my data. And this is how I create the table. Copy this from here. Okay. List of my recent invoices. Schedule. What are my headers? I guess I have one header for each room, right? So const rooms equals schedule.rooms. No, schedule dot, schedule is an array. I don't know why. I just want the first one. Schedule dot rooms dot map room name. Okay. So now in this one, this was the first. So we want the first one to be time slot, and we can do rooms.map table head room. Perfect. Can I get rid of this? Well, pretty added back. Pretty will add it back. Okay. Don't need that. And here we can do schedule.rooms.map. Oh no, I map over each time slot. So const time slots. Actually, just give me all the time slots. So schedule.timeslots.map will give us a slot. Let's get rid of that. Ooh, that piano came in so slick. It's so much attitude. Table row. Slot.id. I don't have an ID. I guess I don't. Slots really don't have an ID. That's weird. I guess we'll just do index. slot dot slot start, and then slot dot rooms. I wish this room is in the same order as this room. I'm currently just banking on that fact. Sessions have a name. What else do sessions have? Oh, never mind. This is the room. Table cell. Okay. I want this to be room.session.id. That could be multiple sessions. Multiple sessions for the same room in the same time slot. No, that's not going to happen. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let me show preview for this. Cop. And I should probably enable manage extensions. Where's my JSON viewer? There we go. That should help here. I do want light mode. Never mind. Light mode is not happening. So there were sessions. What? Sessions. Nah, it's going to be better if I just do it here. Let's just do const data equals this. And now let's see who has. So these are just rooms, and rooms have sessions, and that's always an array. But in time slots, they can only have one session. So there's two different sorts of room object. Instead of being combined, if it's in sessions, or if it's in time slots, it only has one session. But if it's in rooms, it has multiple sessions. Gotcha. So room schema, and then the room slot schema. Let's just go with that for now. The one in the slot will have only a single one, and it's not optional. And this one will have multiple, and it's also not optional. Which means time slot schema uses room slot schema. There we go. Which means now room only has one session. Perfect. Room.session.id. And this is room.session.name. No. Title. Perfect. Table row. Get rid of this. Okay, how is it looking? npm run dev. I feel like if I'm leaned in like this, it's hard to see. 99kr, thanks for the follow. How's it going? It's great to have you here. It's great to have so many people here. This page could not be found. What the fuck do you mean? It's right here. Compiling error. Do you need an error page? What's even the error? Tell me what the error is. Let's just change this to and room.id, room.name, so we don't have this. What do you mean could not be found? You're running on 3000, right? Yeah, 3000. Don't even show me that what the error is. What? This is the correct page. I don't have a pages. What am I making? I'm building a conference attendee app. So something that a conference would provide to their attendees, and they can look at the schedule, they can create their own schedule, they can provide feedback and all that good stuff on the app. But currently it seems like I'm running into a 404. Not sure why. I'm not even seeing any issues or any errors in the trace. There's something wrong. The terminal should tell me. Is there a way to make it more verbose? That's not it. Port hostname help. Nothing there. Can I do P3001? Maybe there's some sort of weird caching. Or is this also? That's also 404. Okay. Let's see if adding an error page here helps. Error.tsx. Export default error page. Export default function error page. Let's just return .404 page not found. Do we see this custom error message? We do not. Very interesting issue. There's happened after we added Shadcn. What if we no? Comment this out. Still no? Still no. Fetch caching maybe? Let's go to Nextjs docs. Where is fetch? Component level. Where was the caching? There we go. Reval says this time whenever there's an update. Okay. So it was cached by default, which means we might need to like cache. Okay, there we go. Does that help? Don't need that. Very weird. I have absolutely no idea what's breaking this. Should have made some coffee. Nope, still a 404. There is an src directory. There's an app directory. Do I need a... Shouldn't need a pages. I'm not in the wrong folder. Huh. Components JSON. Nope. Okay, this is confusing now. Am I sleepy already, really? I mean, if this doesn't work, I can just work on some other project, but this is irritating. This is annoying. Should definitely make some coffee soon. Huh. That's confusing. Nothing in the console as well. Four of 4 not even getting to the page. Yeah. I even removed everything else. It's probably some sort of a build cache. So let's rm rf.next and let's do npm run dev. No. Cons rooms. What? Where the fuck did that come from? Is anything happening? No. Huh. Let's see. What does a build look like? Webpack, pages manifest. I don't know what's vibrating here. Something on my phone probably. Pages, app document, error. No, that's for the pages specifically, I think. Middleware, next font, none of that's it. Static, might be static. Pages, app, main. No, not really. I don't see the static stuff being built. Cache, nope. That's build cache. All I have is an export default function in here. Let me like do something like this. Let's bring all the old stuff back. Layout, I don't think we made any changes other than small type changes. So now we have our page lives in here, but this page is now what it was in the template. Nope, still nothing. Error doesn't work, so that's fine. Very interesting. What broke it? Probably no idea. CSS? No, I can't imagine that. Why am I yawning this much? I'm not even sleepy. I already slept a lot. Yeah, this is like the template. It's still not working. Am I going to have to like leave this and come back to it at some other point? I could. I mean, I have other projects to work on. I have other stuff to work on. So I could do that. It's gonna be a while till my food gets here. So yeah, maybe I come back to this at some other point. The only progress we really made was this. So decent progress. Could have asked for better, but yeah, that's it for now. I guess we go back to some Serverlesspresso. Maybe make it page copy.tsx. What do you mean? No, it's going to render this page, not that one. That's just there it is as a placeholder. This the one that was from the template that's still not rendering. So I think something broke the build process somehow. No idea how. So I'll come back to this at some other point. I have a lot of stuff to do on Serverlesspresso. Serverlesspresso. Okay, thank you. So the question on Serverlesspresso now is that I was doing some stuff, I believe, on my Mac. So I'll have to give that a try. Give me a second. Get rid of these and open up my Mac for a second. Oops. Sorry if anyone's ears blew up. That was a total accident. Password is required. Oh, come on. What's this one then? Oh, this is a Windows. Look at those. It's a Windows, bro. I have been disconnected. Okay. I need to check my VS Code in here to see if I have any updates that I need to push up to GitHub. Oh, the project. This one was the conference attendee project. The other project that I am running is Serverlesspresso, which is a coffee ordering app. It's not for any real cafes. It's a makeshift. Okay, I do have an update here. Let's call this. Let's make it a new branch. I need to GCB. Nope, I need to be in the correct folder. Let's call this SDK. Update. Publish branch. Done. Okay. You can go back to sleep now. GCO should have an SDK branch. No. There we go. Okay. So what do I have in this? The project has changed a lot since I last did it on stream. So I don't know if anyone who's here right now has seen me build this project, but like I basically only built this on stream, but then I did a lot of work off stream as well, which includes an SDK, so I don't have to honestly, there's not a lot of good reason why this SDK exists. I guess mostly it helps with testing. I can write tests that like directly talk to the API, so I guess that helps. All right. I think I changed most of this to use the SDK. I guess I did not. What is this? Toggle store. Let's see. Let's run this and see where it lives. Oh, I guess I need to do amped. No, npx amped. Let's do that. No. What? Oh, I need to go to cd backend and amped, and now I need to run npm start. Amp not found. Npm install. Imagine. npx amped. What? What's happening, sir? npm start runs amped. So why is npm start not working? Amp not found. I installed amp CLI. I guess. npm I g amped CLI, I guess, I believe. Yeah, and now amped. There we go. I don't know why the CLI uninstalled itself. That was weird. Alright. Now cd into front end, next, and npm run dev this shit. And we should have our coffee app soon. Any minute now. Alright. Fail to compile. What's up? I triggered my Alexa again. Shut up, Alexa. Shut up. Stop. Go away. There we go. Sorry about that. I really do need to disable that for streaming stuff. Alright. Index.ts. Oh, the front end is having issues running. What's your issue, sir? Reveal your secrets. Module parse failed. May need appropriate loader. No loaders are defined to process this file. Which file? Customer ordering. Which file am I? Types orders. Helping you stay awake. Is that helping? What's helping me stay awake? Coffee? I haven't had coffee yet. I really need some coffee because I need to stay awake. Or I can just smoke some weed. But that will hamper my productivity. And it probably makes me just fall asleep even more. But I might actually. Never mind, I never said that on stream. Allegedly. I don't smoke weed. I don't do irresponsible stuff. And THC is not weed, according to some laws. Okay, what's the problem here? Barista API client is having the issue. So if I go to client, I'm not exporting that though. I guess it cannot import this file because it sits outside the Nextjs project. You can try to move this in here, maybe. Wait, where did it go? Did it not go in here? Oh, there we go. Cool. So now we can there we go. Wait. Oh, let's change these to import type. Maybe that will help. No. Xtk index.js. Okay, so I guess we're not using this one. So in our client, we can import this from here. There we go. Yeah. So we cannot import stuff from outside of the folder, which makes sense. Which means once I turn this into a monorepo, this will have to be a package that I can import in my front ends. This is the correct URL. N2C95. Yep, that's it. All right, customer, and I can order a coffee. I can do yes, and it does not work. Result.json is not a function. Why is it not? What is that? Get order. This is where's the stack? On order page. Oh, because I'm already doing result.json here, and this get order does not tell me the type, which it should. As order, as order, as order. There we go. Which means here I don't need to do this. I should just, oh, wow. Get rid of this. Data.log. Ooh, I don't have that. Result. Oh, it's just that. There we go. Cannot read. What? Result. Am I not pushing logs anymore? Oh. Not found. Wait, why is it undefined? Did I not place an order? Orders. Wait, where are these orders coming from? Oh, page.tsx. Customer orders. Oh, this is being done through WebSockets. F12. Socket opened. I received the orders from in here, but I never did anything with it. Interesting. Console.log orders. There we go. We have orders. What's the problem? Why are we on loading? Because we never set loading to false. I guess we can do if orders does not exist, then we are loading, and here orders exists. There we go. Place, prepared, prepared, prepared. Where's the one today? June 10. So it's placed. Okay. And I should be able to go to localhost 3000/barista, and I should see this order here. Same problem. Same problem. Imagine. Pause champ. Oh, we're fetching like that. This is a store data, right? Yeah, this is store. So we should be able to do here, instead of this, we should do client dot barista dot get store and the result we know is already that, so we don't need this, and we don't need this. I mean, we do need something like this, but right now I'm just going to ignore that. Store is closed, please open to start accepting orders. Oh, okay. Which means if store is closed, I can open store from here like that. Just didn't do anything. Toggle store. Oh, it does that, which means it's probably failed. Or did it? Toggling store. amp.dev. Something wrong with their CSS, seems like. Amped. My food is almost here, so I'll have to take a break to go and fetch it at some point. Data, get all items. We should have a store open. That does nothing. If I open store, and there it refreshes, and its value does not change. Oh no, never mind, that's the value. So why is this still showing store not open? Console.log data. Data open false. Why? Alright, I'll have to go and fetch my food. I'll be RB. I am back. How's it going, people? Are you still here? Are people still here somehow? Wow. I was wait. I got this package. First of all, let me do a quick review on this, on the delivery and the package, everything. This is one of the best packagings I've seen. It's like, it's sealed. They seal the food before getting it delivered. This is a sealed package that was somehow difficult to open because of how fucking like sealed and tight this is. I've never had food delivered in a sealed package. The drink was not in the package, it was separate, but still, that's pretty damn good. And then I was told that there would be a straw in the package. The drink was delivered separately. But when I took everything out, I couldn't find a straw. So I was like, I was lied to. There was no straw in this. Luckily, I had one of these thick boba straws just lying around. And this is a boba drink. It has pearls in it. Not the boba pearls, but some sort of pearls. So this is the kind of straw that was needed. And I fortunately had one of these. Then I came here, I turned on stream, and I saw this box where my food plate thing, bowl, whatever, container. And the straw is right here. So it actually was in the package. It was just hidden in this slot and almost invisible. And I only saw it much, much later. But then, this is not even the correct straw. This is the thin straw, the regular straw, which doesn't work with this drink. So I'm still very goddamn lucky to have this straw in my house because of how much boba I make at home. That was something. But this drink is heavenly. I think I really underestimate peach tea or any peach flavor, most peach flavored beverages, but specifically tea. I don't know, is it actually like just underrated? Like I haven't really heard about people talking about peach teas or peach teas really, and like saying it's awesome. Something I had to discover, unfortunately, the hard way. Anyways, should do some YouTube reactions. React. Should I watch some videos? Should we watch some videos if YouTube cooperates, if my browser cooperates? I think I'll probably have to like turn off WSL and stuff. Need one of these to clean this up. There's a little bit of water where my mouse is supposed to move. Alright, let's do some React. Not React the framework, but React the action. Which means I can turn this off. I can turn that off. I have to go into the terminal. I can just do this like that. Just do WSL shutdown so that stops eating up my memory. Close a bunch of this stuff. Close my VS Code. And I should close the Notion because it's probably running on Electron. Which means Discord would be a good one to get rid of. And OBS, no, I'm not gonna close OBS. Alright, what do we have? Am I getting a call? think I'm getting a call. Give me a second. No, it was not a call. It was not a fucking call. It's much more annoying than that. It was Discord notifications that you get on your phone once you close the app on your PC, which I'd hate that it exists. It's almost never been useful to me. Beyond status codes, better REST HTTP API endpoints. This guy's pretty nice. Unfortunately, I've like watched most of his videos, so there's nothing to react to there. Secret Invasion came out, but I don't want new rockstars copywriting me. Not everyone's fine with this, and this is being streamed to YouTube, so the system will detect it. Performance of JavaScript garbage collector. I don't know about GoTo. Let's see if they have issues with it. Data-oriented programming, visualizing performance, engineering for software, how to amplify creativity. Ooh, Dave Farley talk. I want to watch this one. Let's watch this one. How long is the slide going to stay on for? And it's already given up.
Welcome everybody.
There we go.
It's a great conference. I've seen some of the talks.
Oh, it is really.
At Brisbane, and you're going to have a great day and a great conference, and I hope you do. I want to talk about some of the ideas that are more durable, the ideas that in our discipline help us to do a better job.
This guy, by the way, runs a YouTube channel called Continuous Delivery. Great content.
And all of the ideas that I talk about, you're going to be familiar with already. I'm not going to be introducing some magic new technology or anything like that. But I want to talk about them in a way that I think he maybe might pique your curiosity and make you think a little differently about what it is that we do and how we do it. And that's my aim for today, anyway. I'd like to begin by doing that slightly annoying thing that speakers sometimes do and get you engaged. So would everybody stand up, please?
It was just slightly irresistible.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to give you 5 answers. I want to ask you to categorize yourselves. And you may not fall neatly into the buckets. I'm assuming that most people in here at some point have been involved in programming of some kind. If you haven't, pretend you have. And so I'm going to ask you to kind of categorize. So when you think of yourselves, when you think of the job of somebody who creates software, do you think of them as a programmer? Do you think of them as a software developer, perhaps? Do you think of them as a craftsperson? Or maybe a meme wrangler or something else weird like that? I've come across a few of those in my time.
Or an engineer.
Or do you think of yourselves as software engineers? So, if you think of yourself as a programmer, please sit down now. Thank you. If you think of yourself as a software developer, sit down now.
Okay. I would have sat down.
If you think of yourselves as a meme wrangler or something equally strange, sit down now. We've got a few meme wranglers, we're nice. Craftsperson, sit down now.
Yeah, most people are going to say engineer.
That's quite a lot of people left standing that think of themselves as software engineers. My goal is that by the end of my talk, a few more people will be standing up if we did this again. Thank you very much for playing. Please all sit down. So who cares? Why does this matter? Why does the label that we assign to ourselves have any impact at all? And I think partly that is that some things are more important than just labels. I think this isn't just about the word that we use. I don't think that actually those descriptions, those different descriptions, are actually perfectly synonymous. I think there are some differences, or at least there ought to be, and particularly given the nature of my conversation, my talk today, when we start talking about engineering, I think that's a little bit different to the others. So let's take a look at that a little bit. So what is engineering? Today I want to explore what we think engineering is in the round,
this is an hour video,
but specifically in the context of software. And what are the kind of common principles
literally watching a
that we might identify that characterize engineering,
realize, even though
rather than any other approach to doing complicated
intentionally
things.
Clicked on go to conferences.
I want to present to you what I think, 10 guiding principles that I think that if we were to adopt them in all that we do, we would almost guarantee a better outcome. We wouldn't guarantee success, but we'd guarantee a greater chance of success. And so, those are the kinds of things that in other disciplines we would think of as engineering. And I want to talk about those. And then I want to talk a little bit about how we would apply those practically in software. So that's kind of my agenda for my talk. So let's begin with this idea of what do we think engineering might be.
Wait, I was tuned out for the whole of that. I'm sorry. Oh, come on.
General, but specifically in the context of software. And what
I should definitely mute my mic while eating. Sorry.
are the kind of common principles that we might identify that characterize engineering rather than any other approach to doing complicated things? I want to present to you what I think, 10 guiding principles that I think that if we were to adopt them in all that we do, we would almost guarantee a better outcome. We wouldn't guarantee success, but we'd guarantee a greater chance of success. And so, those are the kinds of things that in other disciplines we would think of as engineering. And I want to talk about those. And then I want to talk a little bit about how we would apply those practically in software. So that's kind of my agenda for my talk. So let's begin with this idea of what do we think engineering might be. In other disciplines, this is a quote from somebody else. But in other disciplines, fundamentally, what we mean by engineering is just the stuff that works. And one of the things that I'm talking about, so engineering as a concept has a kind of ancient history. The word engineer comes from people actually building siege engines and ballistas and stuff like that. But what I'm talking about is modern engineering, and specifically modern engineering in the sense that the practical arm of science. It's the practical application of sort of scientific style reasoning is the way that I tend to think about it. So engineering is the stuff that works, and if it doesn't work, we change it and we stop doing that. We do something else to be engineering instead. Software is difficult on an unusual scale. In interesting and complex ways, it's a difficult thing to do. We are always just a few steps away from some quite deeply complicated ideas, whatever it is that we're doing in software. And so adding the protections of some sort of organizing discipline that allows us to do a better job seems like a sensible thing. So what's the stuff that works for us? I've been talking about this idea of software engineering and musing on what it might be for a few years now, and I've been involved in a surprisingly large number of conversations that end up being about bridges. And they usually start with, yes, but software development isn't bridge building, is it? Well, of course, software development isn't bridge building. It's something else. But then I think that also means that we're not really clear what bridge building is. Bridge building is not just some kind of cookie-cutter process. There are problems to be solved along the way, and that's doubly true if we're building the first kind of a bridge for the first time. If you're going to build, I don't know, a carbon fiber bridge between here and New Zealand, that's going to be a different kind of problem to just building a small bridge across a stream somewhere. There are going to be some differences there. And bridge building, and the engineering involved in bridge building is not the same as engineering involved in other engineering disciplines. Bridge building is not the same as automotive engineering. Automotive engineering is not the same as chemical engineering, and so on. So one thing that we can be pretty sure of is that if we were to come up with some kind of durable ideas that were foundational for us as engineering principles that would guide us toward better solutions, in part they'd be specific to us. I think they'd be informed by other areas of engineering and other learning. And in my talk today, I'm going to be pulling some examples from different engineering disciplines to just highlight some of the ideas that I talk about, because there is some generality in some sense, some analogues that we can take from other forms of engineering. Oh, and I'm probably going to be talking about Lego a little bit as well. So what does this mean for us? What is engineering? My preferred working definition is this. Engineering is the application of empirical scientific approach to finding efficient solutions to practical problems. And all of the words in that description matter. The efficiency matters, and that might be economic efficiency or energy efficiency or whatever, but that's part of engineering. You're always constrained to some degree. And this kind of this practical application of scientific style reasoning, I think, is deeply important. Certainly it is to the way that I think about this these days. To put it more simply, though, in other fields, engineering is just how we solve the hard problems. And I've already said, I think that software is up there. I think that, certainly when we start thinking about modern complex systems, this is difficult stuff. I don't believe that there will ever be a cookie-cutter solution to building software. It's just not that simple. It takes smart people working in smart ways, making intelligent choices with the best intellectual and tools and other kinds of tools available to them to do a good job. So I don't want to dismiss that. And to be honest, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much. I like it because it's hard. I'm okay with it being hard. But we should apply some intelligence to the way in which we apply ourselves to solving these problems in software. The other way of thinking about this is that engineering is the foundation on which our high-tech civilization is built. And I mean that in a very fundamental way. We've existed as a distinct species for somewhere between 200 and 300,000 years. And on almost any scale that we measure progress, it's been a flat line for 200 or 300,000 years. It started ticking up a few hundred years ago, and that was with the birth of science and the kind of modern engineering that I'm talking about. Here's a graph of technological advancement, graphed over a short period of that on that timescale. This is where science started. Here's another collection of graphs. On this graph, there is life expectancy, GDP per capita, a percentage of not living in extreme poverty, war-making capacity, living in democracy, all sorts of measures. But here's where science started. Something important happened at this point in our civilization. Here's another graph. This is the graph of the rate at which human knowledge doubles. At the start of the 20th century, human knowledge was doubling every century. By 1945, knowledge doubled every 25 years. By 1982, it was doubling every 12 to 13 months. And estimates today say that knowledge is doubling every 11 to 12 hours. So what happened? So science is off there somewhere, off in that direction, and computers and software are about here. So there's something important going on. And I don't think we can afford to dismiss the impact of engineering-style thinking on solving the hard problems. So, what's engineering really for? What does it give us? And I think this is something different to what we often think about in this sense. I think that often what we think about of engineering, what we expect of engineering is that it defines the solutions for us. And it doesn't do that. It never does that. What engineering does instead is rule out the stupid solutions. It closes off the daft things that we shouldn't be doing and then leaves the spectrum open for a whole range of choices that might be successful. So it never gives you, it's not the kind of cookie-cutter churn-the-handle process that's going to spit out the answer. That's not how engineering works. Engineering is a process of discovery. And part of that discovery is to rule out the dumb ideas. One of the other mistakes that I think that we've made as an industry is to confuse what it is that we do with what it is that other people have done before. And that's perfectly understandable. But if you are in the process of trying to build physical things, then the job of actually producing the physical thing at scale at a certain level of quality is the hard part. That's not a problem that we ever have. That's not our job. That's not our problem. Think about what it is that we do. We write some code, and then whatever the nature of the system that we're building, that code is going to spit out a stream of bytes, ultimately. However big or complex the system, it's represented as a stream of bytes. And one of the unique properties of digital assets, and code in particular, is that we can clone perfectly a stream of bytes for essentially zero cost, or at such a low, negligible cost that it's not worth worrying about. So we don't have a production problem, ever, because production for us is just clone the bytes. Our problem is the design problem at the start. It's the creation of that first stream of bytes, and then from then on, production is free. That's a very different kind of thing, a very different kind of process than a traditional application of production line thinking. So production line style techniques make no sense whatsoever in our context. And what's waterfall development if it's not a production line for software? It's just a dumb idea. It's a misapplication of thinking to our problem. So, you know, we can just press the button, clone the bytes, and off we go as many times as we like. So, what engineering is really about is about learning and discovery. It's about trying to figure out, trying to rule out those dumb answers and trying to navigate towards the better answers that might work for us, whatever it is that our problem is. I would say that's exactly the same thing for software development. So I think that absolutely engineering-style thinking is applicable to what we do. And it's become kind of fashionable, certainly in some quarters in software development, to not see it that way. But I think it's true that applying this kind of thinking gives us a better direction of travel. So what is the stuff that works? Well, first, if what I've said is correct, then the implications of that for us is that we need to become experts at learning, world-class experts at learning. That should be at the foundation of our job. That's where our core skills should be in learning, our ability to be able to figure out what it is that our customers want from our software, figure out how we're going to achieve that in terms of design and implementation, figure out how we're going to deal with the information that we gather and how to use it and what it means, figure out whether our software is secure, figure out whether it's got bugs in it, all of those things. But all of those things are about learning. So we need to optimize to be able to do that. The other part of software systems that I've already referred to a few times is that they're enormously complex. And so the other area, the other foundational aspect of what it is that we do is that we must become expert at managing complexity. We need to use the tools that allow us to make change in one part of the system without being scared to death of the impact of that in another part of the system. So we need to be able to figure out how to do those things. In each of those categories, I've got 5 ideas that I think contribute to helping us build that expertise. And these are all ideas, as I said at the start, that you will be familiar with already. But I'm not just flagging them and saying, hi, iteration is nice. I'm saying, you optimize for better iteration in everything that you do, and you'll get a better outcome. You optimize for faster feedback in everything that you do, and you'll get a better outcome. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that these are the principles on which we can make better decisions that will guide us in better directions. So let's look at those principles and see what they mean, with a few examples along the way. We probably think of something like this, the invention of the aeroplane, as a statement of craft. And certainly it kind of was. The Wright brothers were bicycle makers and so on. But actually bicycles were quite high-tech devices at that point in history. And they were engineers, and they were advancing the science of flight as well as doing the practical craft-based production of the first aircraft. They, for example, advanced the theory. They added to the lift-drag equation that people were using to understand how aeroplanes fly. They built the first wind tunnel in order to be able to experiment with models on the aerofoil shapes for the wings of their test pieces. And they used prototypes in all sorts of different ways to try out their ideas. So they were experimenting, they were trying out different ideas, and they were doing this in a fairly rigorous, disciplined way to enhance their learning. The other thing that we can certainly say is that at this point in history, in aviation, these things were death traps. A very high proportion of the early aviation pioneers were killed by the things that they were trying out. One of the Wright brothers was killed in a flying accident. But what happened, another interesting aspect of working iteratively, making change over time, is that you get to improve things. And what happened in aviation, we iterated, often with great pain, as a result of accidents that killed people. We learnt from those accidents, we refined the design and the approach to the engineering of the aircraft until they got better and better and better. We got to aircraft like this that could take passengers on long-distance flights in some degree of comfort, until we get to a modern jet aircraft, which is a safer place to be than we are now sitting in this room. In 2017, the equivalent of 2/3 of the population of the planet flew on commercial airliners, and not one person was killed in an accident. That's remarkable. That's the first time that happened, and that's the fruits of engineering. It's this iterative process of refining and refining and refining and refining and refining that goes on, in this case, for a century and a bit of improvements. That's how engineering works. iteration is, at a more technical level, is a deeply powerful idea. If we've got a goal of some kind that we'd like to achieve, and we're starting from some point, in order to hit that goal, what do we need to do? We could come up with some complex plan and figure out how to get there and all that, but the better way of doing it is this. We just define a fitness function. We have some kind of fitness function that says, does this change, whatever the change might be, move us closer to the goal or further from the goal? And if we've got a fitness function and then we start iterating, we can hit the goal. So any idea that goes away from the goal, we discard. Any idea that moves us closer to the goal, we keep, and we move on from there. And this works even if you move the goal, even if you change the goal, as long as you change the fitness function along with it. So this is an open-ended approach to doing better, to improving the system. This is deeply powerful, and it feels less rigorous. It feels much cleverer to think really hard and come up with some grand plan. But it's not. That's a dumb idea. This is a much more powerful way of doing things. In fact, in essence, this is how evolution works. This is how machine learning works as well. We set up these fitness functions and we kind of try a bunch of stuff and we discard the ideas that are dumb ideas and keep the ideas that are good ideas. What this means is there's a very profound philosophical difference between this kind of approach to problem solving and the one that I keep rubbishing, the more kind of traditional plan-based waterfall style of thinking. A waterfall style approach is based on the assumption that you know the answer at the start. This kind of approach makes the assumption that whatever we know right now is probably wrong. But our job now is to figure out as quickly and efficiently as we can how it's wrong, and then we'll correct for it. That's a much more powerful way of working. And that's how science works too. The next in my list is the idea of feedback. And feedback, certainly in my example, is pretty simple. It's just a measure that we're making of whether we've, on the level of the fitness function in one way. Feedback's a really powerful idea in terms of driving change. These days, I spend less of my time actually writing software and more of it advising organizations on how to go do a better job of writing software. And one of the things that I do to help them to do that is to just keep repeating over and over again, improve your feedback, speed up your feedback, get higher quality, faster feedback, because that will drive change in your organization. By moving faster in smaller cycles, you'll drive out the things that get in the way and you'll fix them. If your release process takes 6 months, start releasing every 3 months and see why that's painful. Done. Fix the pain points and then start releasing every month and drive out the pain points.
Still finish this, so it's pretty interesting.
It's a really good strategy. Again, this is one of those ideas that's a little bit more to it than meets the eye. It seems, maybe, that the idea of just looking and observing and seeing whether something was good or bad seems a little bit ad hoc, it seems a little bit less intelligent, maybe, but it's not. Let's imagine we're given the problem of balancing a broom. And there are two ways that we could go about doing that. We could kind of do the waterfall, planned way. So we could measure the center of mass of the broom, and we could kind of figure out exactly where that point is. And then we know that in order to be able to balance something, what we need to organize the broom so that the line of gravity needs to go through the center of the mass and the point of contact, wherever that's going to land. So we could carefully position that. And then with great skill and enormous accuracy, we could try and position the broom so that there was no impulse left, so that it was not wobbling one way or another. And if we were brilliant and perfectly right, maybe the broom would balance. But that's not very likely in reality. What's much more likely is it's just going to fall over because there's only one solution to that problem, practically. What we'd all do, in reality, is if we were given this problem, is something different entirely. We'd simply pick the broom up, we'd put it on our hand, and we'd kind of start wobbling our hand around and sort of seeing which way the broom tilted and react to the broom tilting. That's feedback in action. And the reason that works is because there are lots of solutions to that problem. I could move my hand a little bit to correct. I might overcorrect, and then I could move it back. If I have a very fast cycle, the amount that I have to move is much smaller. If I have a big cycle, I can kind of cope with big changes. If Ino came up on the stage and shoved me while I was moving the broom, I could stagger and I could probably still balance the broom. All this would work. In fact, this works so well that this is the way that space rockets work. Space rockets do essentially this. They balance the thrust, they have inertial guidance systems that measure the position of the space rocket, and they're able to gimbal the thrust where it points to react to the balances. So it's the equivalent, it's exactly the same thing as balancing a broom on your hand. So this is a much more powerful idea than just thinking hard and pretending you're a genius. This is better. Next in my list is the idea of incremental development. And this is a picture of the first module of the International Space Station. There's an argument about what the most complicated machine that we've ever built is. Some people might say it's the Large Hadron Collider. Some people usually say it's the International Space Station. I'd actually say it's the Internet, but you know, this is a reasonable shout for certainly a complicated machine. And they started off with one module which they put into space, and then they added some more piece by piece. So they're effectively, this engineering is a process of evolution. Where they ended up, they certainly had a rough plan that it was going to end up like that, but they also certainly changed their minds along the way, and the plans changed a little bit. There are new bits that weren't thought of at the point at which the International Space Station started to be built. It docks with different spacecraft that didn't even exist when it was in conception. And so this is how engineering progresses, incrementally. We have the power to do this even more so because software is so much more malleable. So you could think of this as kind of a process of directed evolution. Our job is not to come up with the perfect solution and imagine that, you know, fully formed in our minds. It's to start off with a rough idea of the target that we want to go in, and we start moving in that direction using iteration and feedback and working incrementally. And we build on known good steps over time. That's how engineering of complex systems really works. Here's another little example. This is a picture of the first iPhone, which was a revolutionary device. This was an amazing thing at the time, and phones didn't look like this before this, and now all phones look like this, pretty much. This is the original one, and you know, it was amazing. But there were no third-party applications, no GPS, no video, no FaceTime. It was a crude device compared to the thing that, you know, we've all got in our pockets now. I'm sure at the point at which Apple, the engineers in Apple started working on this, they had some fanciful of ideas of things that they...
All right, this is way too long. Should get back to work. What's up, Adrian? Just going back to work. I probably should not have picked an hour-long video to watch while eating. That's probably the wrong choice. Next.js, yes. Although I am feeling a little sleepy, so I might just and then go. Boring, yeah, I know. Actually, I started working on something else because I ran into an issue with the Next.js project. Yeah, I think I'm just going to end and like probably go to sleep for a bit. Yeah, weed was definitely not the correct choice. Thank you, Extreme. How long were you here for? Damn. I thought everyone stopped watching once the video hit like the 10-minute mark. Or maybe even before that. You just got here, yeah. That makes sense. Alright, thank you very much. Let's see if there's some... Is there someone we can raid? We have 3 people. So why not? Who's streaming right now? Chris is streaming. Alright, let's go say hi to Chris. Raid CM Griffin. Don't think I spelled that right. There we go. This channel is intended for mature audiences. Hope you guys are mature. Alright. Bye bye YouTube. Hope you guys had fun as well.